This class we are going to study about the precursors for normal language development. Now the question which we started with is, why do you speak a particular language? And the answer majority of you gave is that it is our mother tongue. Fine. Now you look at this way. Mother tongue means what? Mother tongue means when that particular language is spoken by your mother, you heard it. Correct. You start hearing your mother tongue by what age? By 5th month of gestation. Okay, so the first thing which is required is that you should be having hearing within normal limits. So, hearing within normal limits should be there. There are a set of biological prerequisites which should be available with the child so that the child learns the language. Hearing within normal limits is one. Second is, hearing with vision within normal limits should also be there. You can see the blind people may be having a loud voice because they do not know exactly how far their audience is. The second thing is that their body language may not be appropriate and the gestures may not be appropriate. They may be what? They may not be facing you while speaking. So a normal vision development is essential as well. Then in the biological prerequisite, the second thing which is required is that the example which I gave you, if you are not feeling well, I'm not feeling well, I had a fight with my friend, I'm not feeling well, it's not okay. If a 3-year-old child also listens to you, the child may be coming, hugging you, patting you or doing something, but can the large language model like ChatGPT answer to this? They'll get answers which are irrelevant and too elaborate in nature, which is not necessary also. So to process language, you need to have two things. One is an adequate intelligence, which should be above 90 percentile. And the second thing is a good emotional quotient also. So both intellectual quotient as well as a emotional quotient should be there to process language. So cognitive and emotional development should be available. The next is, it was told that even if you place the human brain with all the language areas, can an ape learn language, or can an ape, even if has learned the language in the brain, but can the ape speak out language? No, because the oral peripheral mechanism does not support in terms of articulation, in terms of resonance, in terms of other structures. That means a person should be having adequate oral peripheral mechanism and related structures, including the respiratory mechanism, phonatory mechanism, articulatory mechanism. Those structures and functions of the organ should be appropriate so as to have adequate amount of speech production. So, structure and function of the oral peripheral mechanism and other related systems like respiratory, phonatory, resonatory, articulatory system should be there. The next group which is required, or the next skill which is required, is adequate neuromotor coordination, which means that when I am speaking a very rapid acoustic output which is shaped up by the input which is given by my brain. That is, the motor neurons come in, I take a feedback, I have that entire loop activated. There are people in which specifically this loop may not be functioning out well. There may be people with apraxia, there may be people with dysarthria, there may be people with cerebral palsy, right? So these people may not be having adequate skills which is so-called normal. So to have normal speech and language development, neuromotor coordination is essential. We have talked about Genie, we have talked about Amala Kamala. It is not like Mowgli who is speaking out all the languages. If you are not into a human environment, then there are much chances you cannot learn speech. So you need to have a social conducive environment where you learn speech. Entire theory of Vygotsky is based upon the social aspect. Just being in the social environment is not enough. There has to be a more knowledgeable adult or a model whom the child can copy. The adult should be permitting the child to do mistakes and the child to copy out whatever other language structures which have been given. So these all are required for the purpose of learning speech and language and are known as precursors for normal development of language. Right? Understood?